Welcome back to my channel Techno Trend Zone. Today, we're diving into one of the hottest topics in the camera world right now, the upcoming Canon EOS R6 Mark III. This camera is quickly becoming one of the most talked about mirrorless releases of 2025, sparking excitement, curiosity, and even skepticism among both professionals and enthusiasts. Canon hasn't made anything official yet, but leaks, industry whispers, and sightings are already painting a vivid picture of what this new model could bring to the full-frame mirrorless market. The big question is, will the Canon EOS R6 Mark III be a revolutionary upgrade or just another incremental refresh? With the R6 series already being one of Canon's most successful lines, the stakes are incredibly high. Canon not only has to convince current R6 Mark II users that an upgrade is worth it, but also attract new buyers stepping into the full-frame mirrorless ecosystem for the very first time. Canon EOS R6 Mark III sensor, the heart of the camera. At the center of every Canon rumor cycle lies the sensor, and for the R6 Mark III, this is where most of the buzz is coming from. Early reports suggested that Canon might recycle the 24MP sensor from the EOS R3, keeping things modest but reliable. However, more recent leaks indicate we could see a 30 to 32 megapixel full-frame sensor, potentially an all-new design created specifically for this camera. If true, this would place the EOS R6 Mark III neatly between the 45MP EOS R5 Mark II and Canon's upcoming flagship, the EOS R1. That resolution bump could be the sweet spot for hybrid shooters, delivering more detail for photography without overloading file sizes for videographers. Rumors are also swirling about global shutter technology, which, if implemented, would be a game-changing leap for Canon. A global shutter would eliminate rolling shutter artifacts, making the camera especially attractive to sports shooters, wedding photographers, and filmmakers capturing fast-moving subjects. What seems clear is that Canon wants this camera to balance speed, resolution, and image quality in a way that appeals to both still photographers and video creators. Performance and speed, a hybrid shooter's dream. The Canon EOS R6 and R6 Mark II have already won over hybrid shooters thanks to their fast autofocus, strong burst performance, and excellent low-light capabilities. The Mark III looks set to push those boundaries. Further, leaks suggest that Canon is focusing heavily on sensor readout speeds and buffer performance. This means we could see faster continuous shooting rates, minimal rolling shutter in electronic shutter mode, and even smoother autofocus tracking for subjects like wildlife, sports, and action. For video creators, faster readout rates translate into reduced rolling shutter, better 4K oversampling, and potentially higher frame rate options without overheating issues, a key concern with earlier Canon mirrorless models. EVF and LCD upgrades, a better shooting experience. Another major talking point is the electronic viewfinder. Canon is rumored to be working on a higher resolution EVF with improved refresh rates, better color accuracy, and possibly more efficient power consumption. For photographers who rely on precise composition and manual focusing, this could be a major step up. The rear LCD is also expected to see refinements. Canon's vari-angle flippy screens are already loved by vloggers and solo creators, but whispers of a sturdier hinge system and potentially a larger display are generating excitement. These changes may sound small, but for creators who spend long hours shooting, better ergonomics and durability make a huge difference. Rumored design and build, familiar but refined. Don't expect the Canon EOS R6 Mark III to look radically different. Canon rarely makes dramatic design overhauls within the same product line. Instead, expect subtle ergonomic tweaks, button refinements, and perhaps improved weather sealing. The Mark III will likely keep its dual card slots, deep grip, and intuitive button layout, but Canon could refine handling for better usability with larger RF lenses. Video features, where Canon could shine. Video is where Canon has the biggest opportunity to make the R6 Mark III stand out. Current rumors suggest potential support for C-Log 3 for stills and video, higher bitrate recording, and possibly 6K internal video recording, though whether this makes it into the final product remains uncertain. Canon has faced criticism in the past for heat management issues, but recent models like the R6 Mark II have shown big improvements. If Canon can deliver longer 4K 60 frames per second or even 120 frames per second recording times without overheating, this could make the R6 Mark III one of the best hybrid cameras for YouTubers, filmmakers, and content creators. Release date and pricing. Industry insiders are pointing toward a late August 2025 announcement for the Canon EOS R6 Mark III. This lines up with Canon's historical release patterns and could even coincide with the rumored Canon EOS R7 Mark II. Pricing is expected to be in the $2,500 to $2,999 range, keeping it competitive with rivals like the Sony A7 IV and Nikon Z6 III. But to justify this price, Canon will need to prove that the R6 Mark III isn't just a minor update, it has to deliver real innovations for hybrid shooters. Should current R6 users upgrade? This is where opinions get divided. Many R6 and R6 Mark II users already feel their cameras are more than capable for weddings, events, and commercial work. With 24MP already considered sufficient by many professionals, Canon will need to show real-world benefits beyond megapixel counts to convince photographers to upgrade. If Canon delivers global shutter, improved autofocus algorithms, better video tools, and more robust EVF/LCD technology, then upgrading makes sense. Otherwise, many may stick with their current gear and wait for Canon's higher-end models. Canon's market momentum. Bigger picture. It's worth noting that Canon as a company is currently on a strong trajectory. Firmware updates across the EOS R lineup have enhanced autofocus, HDMI output, and general stability. The EOS R5 Mark II and creator-focused PowerShot V1 are selling well, and Canon has projected shipping over 3 million camera units in 2025. A growth of over 5% year-on-year. Their diversification into surveillance and network imaging is also paying off, with demand growing significantly in Europe and the US. This means Canon has the resources and confidence to push innovation in the mirrorless sector. Final thoughts. The Canon EOS R6 Mark III has the potential to be one of the most compelling mirrorless cameras of 2025. With rumored specs like a 30-32MP sensor, global shutter possibilities, advanced EVF, redesigned LCD, and new video tools, it could easily become the go-to full-frame body for hybrid photographers and content creators. For now, all eyes are on Canon's rumored August 2025 announcement, where we'll finally see whether the Canon EOS R6 Mark III is the next big step in full-frame mirrorless, or just another incremental update.